Disclaimer: Fading the Books is not responsible for any losses. These are our opinions. Said it's about that time. Coach put me in the game so I can push that line. Fading the books, yeah, it's time to talk parlay. This is the reason you need to watch today. It's almost game day, so let's get paid. We fading the books, now go ahead and turn the page.
Welcome, sports betting world to Fade in the Books. Me and my nephew, we're here. Was this week 14? Giving you our six favorite picks that we like. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into these picks. Brandon, you want to start us off with your first pick?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to go to these Buffalo Bills versus the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be a make it or break it for both teams, honestly. You got the Bengals who can't lose another game or they're going to be pretty much out of playoff contentions. And then the Bills are hanging on by a thread. But I think that the Bills can make this a more of a get right game for them with Josh Allen. I'm not a big fan of their receivers. I'm not sure what they're doing by sitting their number one receiver they drafted just a year ago, um, trying to teach him a lesson or whatever. So I think there's going to be a lot on Josh Allen's legs. So I'm going with the 30 yards for Josh Allen rushing yards. I know he was held under that against Houston Texans, but Houston Texans D line is probably the best D line in the league. And the Cincinnati Bengals are missing Trey Henderson and their rookie Shamar Stewart DN. So I think that this would be a good play for Josh Allen to actually use his legs a lot and get out of the pocket. Not to mention the weather. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be. I know it's going to be freezing cold in Buffalo, but the best thing to do is whenever it's freezing cold, Josh Allen always runs. He runs a lot there. Um, Even with wind or anything like that, Josh Allen will be able to get those yards.
Yeah, I'm always down for for Josh Allen. Rushing the ball. I'm hoping that this Bengals team. I'm not sure where they ranked as far as defensive pressure, but I'm hoping they bring some pressure where he feels though he has to take off with his legs. With them being almost last in every defensive category. Um, I'm hoping that Josh Allen will take off with them 30 yards. That's my only concern with this game.
Mhm.
We know that 30 yards he can get, and as you said, he didn't get it against the Texans. I think it was, yeah, Texans. But we all
Mhm.
know about their defense. I'm just hoping that again that the Bengals does bring some pressure where he can't be comfortable back there in the pocket. Because again, it's not like he got receivers to throw it to. So,
Right.
so
And
you
then,
know,
but last week though, the Bengals actually show very good promise with their DBs in
hmm
the back end. So if that's the case, if they're continues to grow back there with the DBs, they probably are going to send more pressure. Natural pressure, they don't have it. But they're going to send
right.
more simulated pressure with like the linebackers and stunts and
hmm
things like that because they don't have the guys for natural pressure.
Yeah, and that's what I'm banking on. If they do that, then he's gonna take off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's not gonna sit there because again, he doesn't have those receivers that can like get open like that. So
Mhm.
that I like that 30 yards for him. With my pick, we're gonna stay here, and I'm going with Chase Brown, and I'm taking him for over 70 yards rushing and receiving. So let's pull this up here. And we got him at 70. So we'll move this over to 70. Last five, he's over it in what's that, three of the five games. One of them he
Mhm.
didn't play. Then he didn't get it against was that Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Um, yeah. The one thing I like about this play is that the Buffalo will give up rushing yards. And this is one of those plays where if we look at his rushing yards to pass like um few games, Let's see, rushing yards
Yeah,
here.
he's at 78, 107, and 99 rushing yards.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
on
you're
Jamar
fine.
Chase. I'm on
I'm looking
Jamar
at him now.
Chase.
I'm like, man, he has
Okay.
78, 107, 99. He's got those rushing yards in there.
Yeah.
So you can get
So
that just for
yeah.
rushing yards. But the way that you combinate it with the receiving yards as well,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
And you're still getting it at minus 140. And again, the Bills are 30th in the run and they're 5th in reception yards or whatnot, receiving yards. But again, just like my nephew just pointed out, he's been getting that. He's got that the last 5, just 50 yards. He's got 70 for the last 5 games. So
Mhm.
again, that the reception yards is just an added play. And again, we
Absolutely.
had to look down the list to see who the Bills play, for them to be ranked like this.
Yeah. And another biggest thing that I do like about this play is the fact that they do have Joey Bosa is actually going to be out this one. Joey
Mhm.
Bosa is a smart guy, especially when it comes to like screens and things like that. One of the things with the Bengals, what they're trying to do is they're trying not to put so much pressure on Joe Burrow right now. I know it is a lot of pressure because honestly, they have to win every single game from now to the end of the
Mhm.
season in order to have a chance for the playoffs. But they're trying to take some pressure off of them. I know this game will be the first game that have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins back and Joe Burrow, but that just puts the pressure on the DBs back there and opens that all the way up for Chase Brown. So that's what I
Mhm.
really love about this pick as well, because there's nobody on the on the Buffalo Bills that can guard Jamar Chase or T. Higgins one-on-one. So what do? You have to double cover those guys over there, and it takes more out of the box. So you can't
Mhm.
put 7, 8 in the box now. Now you have to play with your traditional 4, 5 guys in the box, and Chase Brown 4 or 5 guys in the box. That's easy money.
That's easy money. Yep. All right. Where are you taking us with your next pick?
The next pick I like. Let's go to Indy. Let's go to. I'm sorry, we're not going to Indy. We're going to Jacksonville. We're going to Jacksonville with this one. Indianapolis versus Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a huge game for both teams. Divisional matchup. Right now they're both tied at 8-4, but Jacksonville
Mhm.
actually has the lead on them because of divisional games. There, Indy is 2-3 over the last 5. They haven't been looking like the dominant offensive threat like they have been over the first 8 games. And Jacksonville is kind of catching fire there, over there with Trevor Lawrence. Him and Liam Cohen is actually getting on that same page. Brian Thomas is getting a little bit healthier over there, so they're being very competitive. And one thing I do like
Mhm.
about Jacksonville, although they are a divisional team, is their defense is solid all the way around, and they bring a lot of pressure. And with them bringing pressure
Mhm.
on a limp out Daniel Jones, I think he's going to get the ball out fast. So getting the ball out fast, you need a bigger target, right? So we're gonna go with Tyler Warren on this one for 5 receptions. Um, Tyler Warren had 4 last week. Um, Even though he was sick last week, his targets last week was still at almost 7. He had almost 7 targets last week that they were trying to force him the ball. Um, Last week he had 3 catches last
Yeah,
week, didn't
he
he?
had 3 catches and 4 targets. He had
He had
7
4 targets.
against Kansas City and then 10. But we know last week he was dealing with that illness, so
Yep.
they might,
He was questionable almost up until game time last week. He ended up playing, which almost he shouldn't have played because he didn't look like himself back there. But with them sending that pressure, I think Tyler Warren can get those catches, and that's honestly their biggest advantage that they have against Jacksonville right there.
Yeah, Tyler Warren, I definitely see him. If the pressure you're talking about Jacksonville can bring, Tyler Warren, a big target. Um, he's just about what, maybe a 20 or 30 pound more wide receiver because he definitely can move one like one out there.
Yeah,
So he's going to be a tough matchup for any linebacker that tries to cover him. 1-on-1. I mean, the thing is, can Daniel Jones just get the ball out, and can the Colts O line, give him time to get it out? Because Jacksonville's still gonna have to respect the run.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and both of these teams, they know each other. The personnel for the Colts hasn't changed that much. So, I Tyler Warren is definitely gonna be that X factor for Jones this game. I like
Absolutely.
that you're yeah, and I like that you're playing the receiving yards. Jacksonville being ranked 25th, in passing defense and 25th in passing yards, or is that 29th? 29th to the
29th.
tight end, 29th to the tight end position. I love this play. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
And one of the facts is they can't get it out. Honestly, scheming up passes for Tyler Warren is easy. It's easier to
Mhm.
scheme up passes for a tight end than it is a receiver if you can't get the ball out to a receiver, especially a deep threat receiver, right? It's
Exactly.
easy screens, you got quick passes, you got pop outs, you got all that stuff that you can do for tight
Mhm.
ends to get him the ball. And in
Yeah,
order for them to win, Jonathan Taylor either has to have an A game or Tyler Warren has to touch the ball every other play.
yeah, he's definitely gonna have to, 5 or 10 yard routes. Taylor, if he can get 3 or 4 yards, put him a little, a few people in the box. Then you got your Alec Pierce's with the deep ball. You
Mhm.
got your Pittman for maybe about a 15, 20 yard route. Something like that. So Tyler Warren, like I said, I think Tyler Warren this game is going to be that one that opens it up for everybody else. I
Yeah,
like that pick because you're playing the data.
yeah.
Let's see what my next pick here. I'm gonna take us to. Let's go to Baltimore.
Ooh,
Where we
Baltimore.
got the Ravens and the Steelers.
Game of
I
attitude.
I think this is play for first place in that division, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I thought the
Mhm.
Ravens was out of it, but again, their division isn't all that good. So here we are. I'm taking. I like D Hop. I'm taking the old man, and I'm taking him at 10 receiving yards. Let's see if we can find him. You want to scroll down here? There he is, right there. He has an A+ matchup. I haven't seen one of them in a minute.
Mhm.
For the matchups, and again, we're just taking him at 10 receiving yards, which for D Hop is basically one catch, and we're getting it at a good number. I mean, minus
Yeah,
166. He's covered that in every game except for two,
yeah.
and he's going up against the last ranked Steelers, who's
Mhm.
32nd in passing yards to the wide receiver. If he doesn't get
Absolutely.
it, D Hop needs to be investigated because he took his unders. So yeah, I'm saying it on YouTube. But
Now,
yeah,
one
I'm go ahead. Go ahead.
one thing I do love about this play is the fact that D Hop don't have to be guarded by any number one DBs on this one. He gets to take on the third receivers sorry, third DBs on this one. And again, we're only looking for one catch, honestly. Red zone, things like that. We're looking with just one catch on this one for 10 yards. Sorry, that's what I
Mhm.
really love about this one. We don't need 4 or 5 catches or anything like that. Just give him one catch. Lamar get the ball out. The pressure will be there from Pittsburgh because they're gonna be desperate to try to do things. So Lamar, just get the ball out to him. He's bigger than Zay Flowers, so
Mhm.
just throw it over there to him. And it should be good. This one. This is for first place though. Right now they are tied for first. I guess based off of divisional matchups, uh, the Ravens are in number one, but this is gonna be a desperation game. If anybody want to watch a game full of desperate people, go to this one.
Go to this one. All right. Who you got up
Let's
next?
shoot to my last one real quick. Let's go to Seattle. On this one, and we are going with JSN. He has probably the best matchup for against Atlanta. There. Now I'm taking him at 80 yards on this one. Almost tempted to take him at his line at 90 yards because this is going to be one of them get right games for him. Last week they played heavy man defense on him. And when I say man defense, they pressured him, they played him on the line, they jammed him. But that ain't how Atlanta works. Atlanta works more of in a zone defense here, and he kills zone defenses with screens and with things like that. I think that Sam Darnold will be forcing him the ball because they seen last week he only had what about 20 yards? No, he didn't even have 20 yards, did he?
23
He had 23 yards with 2 catches. I
on
remember
four
that actually.
targets. Yeah.
Yeah, and those 2 catches were both screens. because he could not get loose through the man coverage. But they don't have those guys in Atlanta, and I really like his matchup over there because
Mhm.
Atlanta will try to put a lot of people in the box because Seahawks offensive line is really good. They have two good running backs back there with Charbonnet um, and whoever the other running back, Kenneth
Walker.
Walker,
Mhm.
back there. So I think they will try to load the box, and that just gives him more opportunity to catch the ball.
Yeah, that's one thing. Seattle, they do got two punishing backs back there. JSN, man, it was definitely a APB out for him because
Last week.
last week it was. I think he probably got what his first catch like the second quarter, if that, or something like
Yeah.
that. So I was like, man, Atlanta is funny, man. Like you don't know what Falcons team is gonna show up. It's like they're right in the middle when it comes to receiving yards to the wide receiver. They're right in the
Mhm.
middle, and JSN this definitely got to be a good get back game. He's on
Mhm.
the last one he had. He came back. He had 79 yards, and then the next game he had 132.
Against Tampa
So
Bay, a way
against
better
Tampa Bay,
defense.
yeah. So 80 yards for him. Yeah, I think they're gonna go to him early and often to get him
I do too.
involved. Just whether I'm not gonna say just to build his confidence because somebody who's been get 100 yards a game, damn near every game. I don't think confidence is an issue. I just think
No.
it's just just getting him involved. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
he's on that talk for offensive player of the year, honestly.
Yeah, yeah,
And in order for him to keep that pace, he has to get those yards, and he knows
yeah.
that. Like, and
He
everybody know
knows
that.
it. Darnison know it, but I mean the proof. I mean, even though they did win last week, they didn't need him that much. Um, I think they're gonna go ahead and use him a lot this game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the first couple passes they target him in some type of way, whether it's a screen, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, or something just to get him the ball and get him early. You can't go into like the second quarter without getting this man the ball. You
At
can't.
least a couple times, yeah. And
Yeah, at
honestly,
least a
I'm
couple.
gonna put it right now online. I'm telling you right now, this is a halftime hit. This is a halftime hit.
Ooh,
I'm
boy,
feeling it. I'm feeling a
boy,
halftime
that's
hit on
that's
this
norm.
one.
Hey, that's normally my thing. But you bringing it this time?
Yeah, I'm
Woo
gonna put it out there. I wish I had that button. I'm gonna say halftime hit on this one. I'm gonna
wee.
call it.
You got a Charles Barkley guarantee out there, y'all. For real. That's what that is. With my last pick, I'm taking it to Green Bay with my Bears. Big game for the Bears. Big game for the Packers. Big game for the division. Big game for the NFL. Going with DeAndre Swift, 50 yards. I know Green Bay. Their defense is red. They're tough. They're this and that. But this Bears O line ain't the same one that they had last year. The Bears are like second or third in rush offense. They have two backs that can easily get 100 yards on a lot of teams. If they can't get 100, they're going to get 40 or 50. One might get 60, one might get 40. But the thing is, both of them are threats back there.
Mhm.
I took him for 50 yards. He's covered it in 3 of the last 5. One game he didn't play. He was out. He had 125 yards last game against the Eagles.
Mhm.
So, and he's covered that line, like I said, you know, a lot. Um, Especially here recently, like I said, with the 3 out of 5, this offensive line is gelling. They're gelling. Now Caleb is another issue, but I'm gonna stick with Swift and his 50 yards. I'm not I'm not calling this a halftime like you, but I am calling it a game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So one of the things I really love about this pick is first of all, I love Ben Johnson. Now I'll tell you right now, this is what I love about this pick right here in particular is Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, what he looks for is he's a matchup nightmare, right? He looks up what a matchup is, and he goes and he tries to figure out how he's going to attack that matchup. And in this one, the defense for Green Bay, um, they do have a good defensive line, but they are built to actually rush the quarterback, not stop the run, right? They're built to actually rush the quarterback. With Michael Parsons and his team over there, they're built to actually rush the quarterback. So one of the biggest things that the Bears can do in this game is actually stay ahead of the sticks. And when you stay ahead of the sticks with like short passes and things like that, you have to run the ball. And DeAndre Swift at 50 yards running that ball, I really like that matchup because DeAndre Swift right now is averaging about 4.8 yards a carry for the season. And that's what, 10 carries right there? 10, 11 carries, and he's good to go on those. So this might be a grinded out game, but if he breaks one loose, you're good. We're good.
Yep.
And they do have
No
a couple
doubt.
banged up guys over in Green Bay. Let me see if that makes a factor on there. So they got Javon Bullard, the DB out of USC, I believe. He is questionable. He's a rookie. And then they have Luke Van Ness, a D lineman. He's out.
Mm-hmm.
He start actually. And Devontae Wyatt. Both of those guys are actually starting to play pretty well through the season. They actually had some guys out over there.
Yep.
And there's no Rome. There's no Rome on Sunday. I had to put that out there. I'm sorry. I got to put that out there. There's
no Rome. Yeah.
Rome
His numbers
seems to
is
be like but he seems to be like the safety guy for Caleb Williams for some reason. With Rome. And with no Rome, I feel like they're just going to try to stay on schedule. I think that's going to be the key factor for the Bears in this one. I know they're 5-0 in the last 5, but I think the biggest thing for them is to stay on schedule. And that's how they've been winning these last 5 games. They've been staying on schedule and just boom. If it's working, they're doing it. That's why each running back last week had over 100 yards because it was working. They just kept doing it. Ben Johnson is great at that. He didn't abandon the run. He didn't do anything like that. Keep it simple.
Yeah, that's what I hope he does. Just run the ball. I don't want him to put the game in Caleb's hand. Just let Caleb manage the game. And tell Caleb, hey, if they give you 10 yards to Kmet or Loveland, take it. If they give you 5 to Luther, take it. We just need the ball to move, and we just need to keep them Packers. We just need to keep this defense on the field and wear them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that's when you can hit them with Swift and Managa or whatnot. So I would say this Sunday we definitely got some good games on the slate.
Yeah.
And a lot of meaningful games. So.
And I love how they put that one in the afternoon real quick. I like how they put it in the afternoon because if it was at 1 o'clock, I wouldn't watch it. But they put it in the afternoon.
Because you'll be watching your Colts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, and I think that's going to be the best game to watch in the afternoon slate.
Yeah. Right, real quick, we're sitting at 87. As of this video, we're sitting at 87 subscribers. We're trying to reach 100 by the end of the year. We went from 52 to 87 in one night. One night. You see the dollar signs behind me? That means, every time I put one up, it's cash or parlay. So hopefully you see that a lot. So, if this is your first time, subscribe to the channel. If you're returning, drop a like, comment on this video, again, to help push it through the algorithm. It's picking up steam, and we just want you guys to join us. You got any last words for the people?
That's it. Let's play these books on Sunday.
All right. We out. Peace. Boop, 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 boop.